guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Please like, subscribe, and share. Right, hit the subscribe button right here. Check this out. It's on Amazon.com. Hip hop and Igbo culture by yours faithfully, Martin Fine quickly. Is alright. It's also available at Saint Teresa's Catholic Church, Umunya. Also available at Saint Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha. The rock. Dialogue. Stick around. It's time for political views. Let's do it now. Yes, it is what it is. Hard criticisms follows the unannounced visit of Governor Fubara of Rivers State to the quarters of Rivers State House of Assembly. The governor and the House of Assembly have been on a warpath. The governor said that he came to see the new development of a new Speaker of the House, while the Amuwele faction of the House of Assembly accused the Governor Fubara of intimidation. Oko Jumbo emerged factional speaker as well in Rivers State House of Assembly. The three-man assembly warned Governor Kuvara to stay away from the former members of the House of Assembly who defected to APC from PDP. Good morning and welcome to Political Views on Ebona Day 103.5 FM. I am Martin Ifeanyi Chukwu Ekezie. Also, on our political space this morning, Mr. Daniel, a journalist that was abducted by the police, have regained his freedom. The journalists all over Nigeria, condemned the arrest as unlawful. He was charged with conspiracy and cyber stalking. You know, um, at the same time, IMF taxed federal government to scale up cash transfer to citizens. A lot is happening. Let me bring you up to speed on the happenings on our political space this morning. The headlines. Before we proceed with the headlines, you should know that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we are live at Ebonade 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. Detained journalist regains freedom. Sani receives Prince Harry, commits to bringing hope to weak, vulnerable. Court bars Amewelu 24 others from parading themselves as lawmakers. Binance lawmaker denies $140 million bribery allegations. Ibazu transferred 10 billion naira airport funds into 32 different accounts, OT alleges. Enugu firm sale 100 billion naira deal on moribund United Palm products. Military in sombre mood as a terrorist ambush kill over 50 soldiers, officers in 8 months. Even if arrest warrant was illegally obtained, Yahaya Bello should appear in court. Judge rules. Coastal Highway controversy. Minister plans live transmission of reps probe panel hearing. International Africa Day. Institute urges federal government to declare May 25th as public holidays. Federal government delivers food commodities to Kaduna now. Details. The last story we have for you this morning on the political views on Nebona, the 103.5 FM, is detained journalist regains freedom. Barely 24 hours after dozens of placards carrying protesters stormed police headquarters to demand his release, a reporter with the Foundation of Investigative Journalism, Daniel Ojukwu, has regained his freedom. A police officer and a member of staff with Daniel's organization confirmed the development to newsmen had reported how Ojukwu was allegedly abducted on May 1st by police officers. Hundreds of protesters, including journalists, activists, leaders of civil society organizations, and lovers of freedom, had on Thursday morning stormed the police high command headquarters, Abuja, to protest against the continued detention of Ojukwu. The visibly furious protesters, led by the country director of Accountability Lab Nigeria, Friday, Ode, demanded immediate and unconditional release of Ojukwu, saying his continued detention is equivalent to an extrajudicial trial and punishment. We also condemn the incessant use and abuse of the remand order process, which is observed to the new machinery for which the Nigerian police continuously violate the rights of the citizens. He was then moved to Nigerian Police Force National Cybercrime Center (NPF) and NCC in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, on Sunday. And the next story we have for you this morning is Sani receives Prince Harry, commits to bringing hope to weak, vulnerable. Governor Ubasani of Kaduna State has reiterated his commitment to bringing hope to the weak and vulnerable. Sani made this known in his remarks when he received Prince Harry, the Duke, on a courtesy visit on Friday in Kaduna. He said the visit reminded him of another happy event 68 years ago when the late Queen Elizabeth II, his grandmother, was welcomed to Kaduna on 2nd February 1956 by a reverend leader, the Premier of Northern Nigeria, late Sir Amadu Bello. Sani also described him as a symbol of courage, perseverance, compassion, and the oneness of humanity. He commended his visitor for selfless service to the United Kingdom and humanity, adding that he made a mark in the UK's Air Force, attaining the rank of captain. Sani said, in spite of your privileged upbringing and position in the royal family, you opt to go to the battlefield in the service of your country. You are an inspiration to the youth and an epitome of patriotism. The governor further saluted Harry for exemplary activism in the area of wildlife conservation, especially in Africa, and his help to found a charity for children in Lesotho. According to him, Nigeria and the UK have had a long-standing relationship, adding that the first British governor of northern Nigeria, Sir Frederick Lugard, chose to operate from Kaduna due to its proximity to the Lagos-Kano rail line. He explained that the Kaduna became the capital of former northern Nigeria in 1917, saying, to date, Kaduna remains the political and cultural capital of northern Nigeria. Harry emphasized the role of sports and the support their family received in the rehabilitation of soldiers. He said that participating in the games has a positive impact on the morale of the wounded troops, restoring smiles to their face. He said that reports had earlier received from the Chief of the Same Staff, General Christopher Musa, indicated that the Invictus game, his initiative, brought joy to the injured troops from Nigeria. Still on our political space this morning, court bars Amewele, 24 others from parading themselves as lawmakers. A Rivers State High Court in Port Harcourt has barred the Speaker of the State Assembly, loyal to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, and other 24 lawmakers who decamped to the All Progressives Congress, APC, from parading themselves as members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. It would be recalled that Amewele and the 24 of his colleagues defected from the People's Democratic Party, on which they were elected to the APC. Justice Charles N. Wally gave this order in a case with suit number PHC 1512 CS 2024, filed by Victor Oko Jumbo, Speaker, Rivers State House of Assembly, Sokari, Good Boy, and Timothy, Member of the Assembly, Martin Schiller, Amawele, and 24 others, and the Governor of Rivers State, the Attorney General of the state, and the Chief Judge of the state, Wali, following the motion ex parte, and after hearing from Sami A. Somare, San with B.N. Owunabo, Esquire, and others for the claimants, applicants, stated that Amawele and the 24 others should stop acting as lawmaker. Wali also ordered that the government of the state should stop dealing with the said lawmakers as their seats had remained vacant after defecting from the PDP that produced them. You're tuned to Ebona at the 103.5 FM. Right now, we'll go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on Binance. Lawmaker denies $140 million bribery allegation. We'll be right back after this. Stick with us.
If you know your history, then you will know where you are coming from. And in whatever you do, seek wisdom. Knowledge is power. Inugo Maka the book, Hip Hop and Igbo Culture, authored by Martin Ifeanyichukwu Ekezie Ezanumba the First. Metal of Ebona the 103.5 FM. There is a great insight in hip hop and Igbo culture. You can get this book or pick it up at a bookshop in St. Teresa's Catholic Church, or at Ebona the 103.5 FM Ogidi. You can also get this book at the Catechist office in St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha, or you go to www.amazon.com, search for Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by Martin Ifeanyichukwu Ekezie. For further information on how to get this book, please call 080-3916-7049 or your WhatsApp 080-65-79-6599.
You're welcome back to Political Views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we're live at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Drop your comment on the comment section of the live video. And the next story we have for you this morning on this edition is Binance lawmaker denies a $140 million bribery allegation. Deputy Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Delegated Legislation, Mr. Dominic Okafor, has said that there is no truth in the claim that he demanded for a bribe amounting to $140 million from Binance executives. Speaking at a press conference held at the National Assembly Complex, Abuja, yesterday, he threatened to take legal action against those brandishing in his name on the issue. The lawmaker had last Wednesday sponsored a motion to investigate the mysterious escape of an executive of a cryptocurrency exchange company, Binance, Nadem Ajawala, in a security breach which occurred while in a guest house under the office of the National Security Advisor. Okafor, who expressed grave displeasure over a series of calls received after the resolution passed by the House, said, I am here this afternoon to talk about the false information that has been going on in the social media since after the sponsorship of my motion on Wednesday, May 8th, a motion of urgent national importance, where I talked about the need to investigate the escape from custody of one of the executives of Binance, Mr. Nadri Anjawala. Shortly after I moved the motion, which was well received, and a lot of people were calling to commend me. I also started getting calls from my friends all over the world saying I collected a bribe from this very company. I got worried. And after that, I did a letter to the media company that originated the story. I wrote a letter to them in which I copied the speaker, deputy speaker, clerk, inspector general of police, EFCC, and DSS. I asked them to retrieve the information within 24 hours. If not, I will take legal action against them. This is why I'm here to exonerate myself from such an accusation aimed at tarnishing my image, which I have earned over the years. I'm coming from the private sector. I have been a member of Rotary International for over 25 years. For those of you who know what Rotary means and what they stand for, and someone who wants to tarnish that image and integrity I have built over years, the lawmaker stated. Still on our political space this morning, Ibazo transferred the 10 billion naira airport funds into 32 different accounts. Oti alleges. Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Oti says he will soon make public the forensic audit report which indicted his predecessor, Okezie Ibazo, of diverting billions of state funds meant for projects to individual company accounts. He also said the immediate past administration transferred the 10 billion naira airport funds into 32 different company accounts before it was shared, adding that the money had already been transferred out of the state government account before they approached the Abia State House of Assembly for approval. The governor was offering more clarification on the auditing during his monthly media chat tagged Governor Alex Oti Speaks to Abians, held at Government House Umuahia on Thursday, while noting that the denial of the former governor was not unexpected. Oti pointed out that it was reported in the media that instead of denying spending the fund, they then claimed that they used it for road construction, which is against the evidence available. According to the governor, the management of the company, Foretex Construction Company, has admitted that the company never applied to be awarded the aborted airport project under the past administration. He maintained, however, that when the report would eventually be published, the rest of the work would be handled by security agencies, insisting also that his interest is for the money to be refunded rather than taking anyone to jail. The immediate past governor's denial is not unexpected. When it was announced, they went to the media abusing the government and saying that the government lied. It is a report by KPMG, which says that they diverted the money into roads. In the bank statement on the 26th of September 2020, when people were dealing with COVID-19, a debit went into the state account for 10 billion naira, and it was a payment for an 80% contract of the Abia airport. Is true and incontrovertible. The statement is there. The report is there. By the way, the report will be published soon, the governor stated. And the next story we have for you this morning, Enugu firm seal 100 billion naira deal on moribund United Palm products in a bid by the governor Peter Mba administration to revive and convert Enugu state's dormant assets to productive assets. The government has signed a 100 billion naira deal with Pragmatic Palms Limited, a subsidiary of Diamond Strips Limited, to resuscitate the moribund Enugu State United Palm Products Limited. The partnership will see Pragmatic Palms transform UPPL, one of the agricultural and agro-industrialization initiatives of the late premier of the defunct Eastern region, Dr. M.I. Okpara, which had remained fallow for many years. Speaking during the signing of agreement at the Government House Enugu, the governor said the move was in line with his administration's determination to grow the state's economy exponentially from $4.4 billion to $30 billion, assuring the investors that his government would play its own part. This investment outlay of over 100 billion naira is very significant because we also see agriculture beyond food security. We see agriculture as business, he stated. Still on our political space this morning, the next story we have for you, bordering on insecurity. Military in sombre mode as a terrorist ambush killed over 50 soldiers, officers in 8 months. The past 8 months came with manifest grieving for the Nigerian military as over 50 officers and soldiers were ambushed and killed by bandits and other hardened criminals in the country. The quoted figure represents reported cases as the military, for strategic reasons, seldom announces the death of colleagues who pay the supreme price while fortifying the territorial integrity of the country. Spokesman of the Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, while reacting to the incessant ambush and killing of military personnel, told newsmen surely it would be over 50 personnel that would have been killed in 8 months. The latest of such killings was the tragic murder of a senior army commander in a recent ambush in Katsina State. The incident occurred in Malali village, Kankra, local government of the state, where the victim, who was a major in the Nigerian army, was responding to a distress call. According to sources, the late army officer was en route to support local forces repelling an attack when his vehicle was intercepted by bandits. His assailants ambushed him and fatally shot him in the head, reports said. On March 14th this year, 17 Nigerian soldiers, including 3 officers, were killed on a mission to halt clashes between two communities in Delta State. Their remains were laid to rest in a state burial at the military cemetery in Abuja. Both the federal and Delta state governments had condemned the killing, promising that the perpetrators would face the wrath of the law. The Nigerian army had also vowed that it would avenge the killing of 2 officers and 4 soldiers by terrorists in Niger State recently. The operatives were killed in an ambush by terrorists. The soldiers were reported to have been killed when they engaged the bandits in a gun duel in Wuru, Karaga, and Rumas communities, Bassa Ward, Shiroro local council of the state. Sources had said their bodies were found the next day with bullet wounds. According to the sources, the soldiers lost their way while on a mission to combat the bandits occupying the forest when they were ambushed by Boko Haram terrorists. And the next story we have for you this morning, even if arrest warrant was illegally obtained, Yahaya Bello should appear in court, judge rules. A federal high court Abuja yesterday granted the application by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) for the former governor of Kogi, Alhaji Yahaya Bello, to appear in court for his trial. Justice Emeka Nwite, in a ruling, held that even if the arrest warrant was illegally obtained, the defendant Bello should have still showed up in court. The judge had on April 23rd fixed yesterday for the ruling on the ex-governor's application to set aside the arrest warrant against him. The judge had on April 17 issued an arrest warrant to EFCC for Bello's arrest. The order was made after the lawyer who appeared for EFCC, Rotimi Oyedepo San, moved the ex parte application to the effect. But Bello's counsel, Adeola Adedipe San, on April 23rd, prayed the court to set aside the arrest warrant against their client. He canvassed that the arrest warrant had become unnecessary since their lead counsel, Abu Wahab Muhammad San, had accepted the service of the charge on behalf of the ex-governor. He argued that the arrest warrant order, having been made before the charge, ought to be set aside on his own accord without any request by the parties involved. The senior lawyer argued that, contrary to Finore submission, that the ex-governor must be in court first before any application could be entertained, being a criminal case. He said the anti-graft agency also made an application on April 18 after the warrant arrest was issued to EFCC on April 17th, and the court granted it. Still on our political space this morning, Coastal Highway controversy. Minister plans live transmission of Reps probe panel hearing. The Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi, has said he is ready to face the House of Representatives probe over the controversy surrounding the 15 trillion naira Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway Road project. Umai added that he planned to ensure the exercise was televised live for all Nigerians to see. The minister also stressed that there was nothing to hide about the project, stating that he and the Ministry of Works followed due process and obtained the necessary approvals and documentation for the project to commence. Speaking with newsmen in an exclusive interview on Friday, the minister said that the claim that the loan obtained to complete the project did not follow due process was untrue. He, however, added that the matter was before the National Assembly, noting that he would not want to comment on it. I am ready to face the National Assembly to defend the project. I will not want to say anything now till I meet with the senators and the House of Reps members. It will be live, so you will also hear it. It will be live so that Nigerians will see it. He added. And the next story we have for you this morning, federal government delivers food commodities to Kaduna. The National Emergency Agency on Friday presented to Kaduna State its share of approved 42,000 metric tons of assorted food commodities from the National Strategic Reserve under the custody of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. This followed the directive of President Bola Tinubu to release 42,000 metric tons of assorted grains from the National Strategic Reserve to all the 774 local government areas across the country. Tinubu's gesture was aimed at cushioning the impact of the removal of fuel subsidy, which has taken its toll on Nigerians since May 29, 2023. The NEMA Director General, Zubaida Umar, said the items delivered to Kaduna State included 506 metric tons of maize, 10,120 bags of 50 kg, 588 metric tons of sorghum, 11,776 bags of 50 kg, and 18.5 metric tons of millets, 4,370 bags of 50 kg. According to the DG, the gesture was part of the president's promise to reduce the impact of the current economic downturn being experienced in the country, in line with the renewed hope agenda. Umar added that after successfully transporting the quantities allocated to Kaduna State, today we are here to hand over the food items to the state government for distribution to the identified deserving beneficiaries in the communities through the consulted committees in each local government area. She further stated that the food items will be shared equally across the 23 local government areas of the state, adding that based on the directives of the president, 20% of the food items due for each local government area should be given to religious organizations, JNI, and Christian Association of Nigeria, and 3% to be given to boarding schools in the local government areas. And lastly, before you can call in and tell us what you think of all of this, is International Africa Day. Institute urges federal government to declare May 25th as a public holiday. A civil society think tank, the Pan-African Dialogue Institute, has called on the federal government to declare May 25th as a public holiday to celebrate International Africa Day. President of TPADI, Dr. Effiong Gudo, stated this at a press conference in Abuja. Udo also disclosed that an international conference to provide informed Pan-Africanist perspectives on a wider range of issues affecting Africans is scheduled to take place between May 23rd and 26th, 2024. The event, which he said would witness the formal unveiling of TPADI, would have former President Goodluck Jonathan as chairman, as well as Kenyan professor, renowned activist, and lawyer Patrick Mulumba as keynote speaker. He listed other world leaders who have indicated interest to attend the conference to include former Vice President of the Republic of Gambia, Fatoumata Jallow, and Vice President of Colombia, Francisca Marquez, among others. He disclosed that the event will be hosted by the Institute in collaboration with the Center for Deep Dialogue and Critical Thinking, Director of International Programs and Faculties of Arts, Law, Social Sciences, and Communication and Media Studies of the University of Uyo. There you have it. A lot is happening when it comes to our political space. The chief whip of the Senate, Senator Ali Ndume, is saying that you cannot be loading taxes on the people if you don't increase their income. He made this statement, while reacting to cybersecurity levy. But a lot of people are of the opinion, how come you are making such statement, but you were in the Senate when it happened? But this is the time. When you get involved and tell us what to think of all of this, the numbers you will call and then you become part of the conversation remains 07034 or 07045592210. Remember that you can join us on Facebook as we are live at F1 at the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video right there. You become part of the conversation. Send SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08096661035. So let's dive in. Let's dissect this. What is your understanding of all that is going on in our political space this morning? Let's hear from you now. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
Fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Adam, your name and location, please.
I'm from the security now.
Okay. Biko Gabaniru. Sila ya ọnụ n'okwu.
So I made an issue in a particular level. So everyone had it in the highest step and I like of most.
Dalo, my brother.
So I'm usually on my cyber security.
Levy. Okay.
Yes. So you better. I don't know if it makes the cyber security. Oh my God. Because over that, the DM was dying. Well, so you need some of I had to use the dollar. India and Africa. Because some of my high they use for that, it's here. Here more as battery material.
Okay.
Two materials I fraud included water, milk, back. So that's a lie. Everyone don't want for work. About here, I do have money at one I get there. I do too much. I know now. I ever don't want to be a part of the guy. You have a table over there. You see, a good now is here by the wire. Yeah, it's container.
Oh, okay. Please, we lost you, but please call back. We need to hear from you. Let's hear from you now. Hello. Yes. Good morning, my brother. I don't want my because when you know kind of need to na okay. Gabaniru. Guano Hanesa for the visa. Okay, Gabaniru. Okay, Gabaniru. On ke Binance ah. Okay. Nke ị na-ekwu okwu gbasara yes, nke anyị na-ekwu okwu bụ nke Binance bụ onye ahụ bụ the major one anyị na-ekwu okwu n'ụtụtụ. Okay.
if I call also the people to them when I talk to Anambra, if you know, I can't tell you what Anambra, I did to God, Anambra, it is turning in. I don't want that. Now, and when I get it, anything on the money, I don't know what that is. But when you have a 25 from a talk to because this is like, and then what that is, the Morana, that in our home when they do.
Yeah, so people get up to your people.
So, over 9 million, but that's another. After that, I can not find out that but I will go at normal. I said, not a lot. How to is no worry going to do it. Go down and go to have $100. It will come to the sometimes you need to go and every one time. Nobody every study. How could I say, how many better than $100 take your way and maybe just stay with there. When I talk back on Canada, nobody is the most important thing will be down for a simple and calm and cannot contact together. All the never to do now. What we had is to put down a don't have why. Every day now, put your fruit on $9 and I don't know what you only do whether I did and thought that didn't put that to break open and
my oven. Even $1 didn't go for all the illegal self. When
I go research this, you're going to do it, but I can't, but I can't, no manga.
Mana ihe nchọ ka ịghọta bụ na ndị like ndị cryptocurrencies a na ọbụrụ ebe a ọbụrụ na Nigeria bụ the first place ebe fa na-enwe their problem enwego onye nwekwa his own problem even na US ga bankrupt at the end of the day so all depending na otu onye a si operate maybe na onwe illegalities dịgasị n'ime ihe onye a na-emekwa at the end of the day mana nke anyị na-etinye ọnụ wee bụrụ about the House of Representative member na-akọwa na ha bụ ebubo $140 million na ọ na-anafa bribe ikweta n'otu aka o si dị nyanwa na-ekle afịa
the whole world, no one got it in my hand. Not for the token, but pound to $1.
Yes.
But now that's the dollar. If I tell you, I put on like I can no more from Madame pound to pay. How can I matter? But then I'm Britain with a $1.
Okay, one about when we say cryptocurrency or invention of America called part of internet and all of that at the end of the day. So or about their invention at the end of the day or along with their currency because it is their invention. Don't you understand? Okay. So so creating again the solution is you create your own as a country. You create gas and bonds and a lot of things and we keep you not survive. China with their own technologies it gets quite better in some areas and we're better dominate when it comes to these markets. And when we create something monopoly to what you don't create, you man towards that.
That is cryptocurrency. I want another guy and the number one I think the more getting to that pattern a current they have the highest current in the nation. Makama Mia Patano is a country with the highest current in the nation of the Abu. Based on the resources was that
if they provide
this country will have the highest currency. Even Nigeria many resources.
My brother, I got allow those habata. Yeah, Inachata will continue this conversation. Yeah, when you come back, we'll continue this conversation. Remember that you are on two political views on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. Let's hear from you now. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Yes. We thank the Lord. Your name and location, please. Okay, thank you. We are talking about Ibazo transferred 10 billion naira airport funds into 32 different accounts. Oti now alleged. What is your take on this, my brother?
What I have on this, they should confiscate the account that people don't want about.
Okay.
Because money. People are just nonsense. This dollar of the thing now is angering me because I don't know where the country operates. So it's over country where they have naira there. So any that payment to the thing will tell that man because I put Nigeria for this money crisis now they have.
Okay.
So they need to deal with that man because we see a lot of competition now in Nigeria. Everything now is short. Price of market right now is skyrocketing. So they need to deal with that man just that. Because whenever I hear about that man, it does remember me what happened back then. Our cash issue.
Yes.
So because they need to confiscate all this money and put it to Nigeria. Put it to infrastructure.
Yes.
Use many things because you don't just hijack money and put it to a country money and put it in different accounts as a plan. I think it's the only one in this country.
Yes.
Okay. So they need to bring all this money back and put it to use in Nigeria. That's what I have with this thing. That's the level of they need to jail that man.
Okay.
Like jail because put Nigeria in crisis now.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, my brother. Yeah, thank
right.
you. Yes, let's hear from you right now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello, Master.
Toto Toma, my sister. KK, man. Gabaniru. Okay. Which na inekwanya ifukwana if this administration na chime when a student loan at the end of the day, not if this particular administration na chime.
Many of them now back get
Kezi kanga suwe. Kedu ihe nwe ikwu gbasara ife na-eme na Rivers State between the governor and the lawmakers at the end of the day when new, how speaker.
Yes. So the House of Assembly just visited. On our side, and then I cannot go and go to Africa. Only you. Then I get later. One House of Assembly have a rock. And I get very big. One, which is here. Oh, yeah, we are never a I will have one. You have one.
Dalo 1 thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's hear from you now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, okay.
Good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah, so.
I can now. It's more fun.
Okay, now I got you.
Yeah, I think they still have a topic for Kendall. Out of Golani.
Yes.
Yeah, so eventually both are happening how the tribalism model and it's going to get the principle. Eventually, people and then the Nomaha, Mahajas, Nimoha, Nuchawaha, Malay and the Mahat. Makanawa, Bomarika, around this without information.
Okay.
So I put that to the Hamanoa, never any Noma. So can they name the hang within themselves? One, one, get another one better.
Okay.
But not put that in a hand, and you can hold one. Put to a capacity that I make.
Okay.
But you hear not target what you mean. And Capri eventually put on camp.
Okay.
I bet the Panyana at the state. The good in 1 year. Yeah, you couldn't expect me, I never could need an apple.
Okay.
I gave you good in 1 year. Name you by good dance, but I don't think it is one I want to get what they had for a jack for a government and I find enough. The help was it, they forget I in the 98 good month. I said it was so subsidy. But about it when I talk to them, no more than Monday Moon Kaki. You didn't have I left for 1,500 right. Okay, where to get a cattle subsidy in the work together. He has for boys to tell you for in that state, because the government. Okay. Now it's okay. I got a river state, Martin. They have boy in Ghana. I put it all you were to get your back. So you when I read because the Kutana Cooperative, oh, and then I so far, right, that is in there. And then Yakan. Apart from party, over one animal, they do has the position compared with his.
But like a court, I go for Ketana, higher position parade on my in the following, like this week, and have a person people their own counters and all of that at the end. Oh, yeah, then. Okay. Fakayano kweba. So mana ine nejelanya now. Obogodo na hakayano. Kezi onye ga-abụ speaker or ga-abụ this new speaker called speaker nke so well defect. Okay. 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 So thank you so much for joining us this morning, my brother. Oh, Dalo. Yes, we have a message. We have a message. This one is coming from Sonny Omeya from Onsuka, and he says on Governor Mba's resuscitation of M.I. Okpara's moribund oil palm company. It's a welcome development. Not just talking and signing of documents. We want to see it functioning again. Agriculture today is not just about food security, but a business venture. He continued and says, Yahaya and EFCC matter Yahaya Bello has made a jest of governorship position in Nigeria. I don't know why an alleged innocent person is afraid of facing the law. This man must be arrested anywhere he is and brought before the law. Okay, we'll continue on his message, but let's take your calls now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello? Yes, welcome back, my brother. Gavaniru O?
Oh, yeah, make a go to the very high. Only they know because over and at the idea of Equia, a pempe. I don't know, but and we're very many in our question over there. My echo put down on 1 1 4 in a book. That's why the symbol that I never my echo put down a pen of Mawala or Jerry Dog more about Indiana. Every time when I got them when over there, so many countries together to get them out of one day. Manata over there, I'll be up with the forest, so far. Okay, Britain, no one never needs to have one. Not that I'm talking to Hanaba. That's all. And also, eventually, and I don't want to hold your whole over here. That is only because it's our money. Again, I'm taking a dollar, not not the dollar. That's what people do. Despite no because only $4 an hour, Okutana because the way for no Lapa or Nawaya, Okutani, I'll put it on the there. Manego have the highest current year with it, not the world.
Anyway, Ego Fablo the highest score. I think Ego ndi Kuwait the Kappa pounds. You mean if you call of Masu or Brono, but the highest. Man, no, for my as the currency. Yes. Okay.
No resources hungry. On the over that I never would never be there. And I can't over and actually go to the I think I thought I did even in our bow. But I know your book. Look at that. Britain, America, about to do. When I come to I don't come outside. Because of doing that. Yeah, I forgot the Hannah woman. Oh, it's going over that.
Money in Abaquani Budosi were Bapambo, so we, we bring go at the end of the day. No, but not just to Budosi.
We are working harder than them. We are working harder than them. Everything in all aspects, we are ahead of them. All intimidation.
Keki is ahead. Abana car production now. It is ahead of America. Need produce motor.
They are not ahead of us. All I need produce. Don't ever come for
So if they Katana, I according to at the end of the day. Because now if of my now because if of my most of the things are he get you where hot even Kubo China. The level like for example, for example, phone production now, for example, you have China go. Nyakan nekwu nju esege n'obodo gbambo yotago their currency gets better okay the fund does in emekazi onya kan go sisele ge ha kita I kana kokwo onu I go do some things kita nyage like for example car production, phone production, like most of the things I produce gas kedin ki produce why about the thing okay.
No any white man will be succeed without any black man. Because when only show you, only show you. They cannot succeed without us.
Anyway, all your own. My brother, they get one aka. onye me njiwe jili China wee nye gị example, and nkwu ite gị gị nwa n'aka nya me njiwe jikwa India wee nye gị example. Anyị anabata ndị ọzọ kịta o, anyị anabata ndị ọzọ ma gị nwa n'aka nya me njiwe jikwa India wee nye gị example. Anyị anabata ndị ọzọ kịta o, anyị anabata ndị ọzọ, my brother. Mrs. Can I continue? Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We need to hear from you now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello. Yeah. Good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
Fine, my brother.
Oh. Gabani Rusa, oh? Yeah.
We can want to be Lord Lugard of River State. Lord Lugard of River State. But no one of Subara stand on in ground. Our fortunate governor is not Anambra State. But I'm really making enough when I was the judge at 80s. I about where them from the wrong. And I need to go to know what for some of the side of Anambra State in there. But I could go to Anambra State, take a request, take a. I could remember all through the Anagaga, on the Garo, or I'm going to get lawyer man, Anambra to buy, and I'm put over there. Somebody go out for the well educated, which will minimize the cost of people. Everywhere, never be more investigation, go to trees, or go to water. But I want to create the party, and the point security. All I for you, man, God, then we get dollar. You know, you know, the good is over. Matter, even a form modern on the Candano, go say, one model, no one, Abia. We are not a rule about the death that are there. I'll say, all for the around, no, go say, I'm not there. So, to accord it. Nigeria was a real Niger country, and I'm changed to a country. Today, we are now, Monday, we are now, we are Nigerian. It's a real Niger country. The history is there on this ceremony. I wasn't what they are doing and now. It is there, what I'm doing as a family. You got a lot of books, one of them, they mess up here.
Okay, ihe dị na bụ na abịa na nke a ihe dị na bụ na onwere kọntrị ọbụla nwere ebe ha si wee originate ya nwere ebe ife na wee bido before wee dịba, so otu a ka ọ dịkwa ijekwa na izikwu fatu, but that history agago ha na-emove kwazi forward now, so anyị ama nkwe ka that past anyị na-ejide anyị down. Anyị kwesịrị na-achọ way to forge ahead, just the way India si eme. Okay, obedient. It is sure na mmụọ anyị na-agwa so no the obedient mgba. Okay.
You know, all of them, I don't do them. You just 4 years or 8 years. To drop in, oh, yeah, man, only for that, all 4 people, they say, and that book, all who know them, so go to Diano, but who they go out there, sometimes never follow Sunny Nebo.
Hello, my brother. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. You're missing a particular matter. Let's hear from you, Matter. Let's hear from you. Can you hear me?
I don't know what the fellow better at the weekend.
Okay, Gabani Rusao.
Yeah. You're about to tell much now. Up on the other side, they found things down and out one. Tickets to our top idea. Governor, on a fellow, we're not going to cry out. Joe put on a white in a weekend on with the 75% organization. So it's gone a bit to get that. Okay, if you have this on the river, I'll talk on a hand and we have a week. If I can have a less Lord, the law, the book class gamma. And I can have money a more marble legislative order. But that deal. And then with the local government.
Mana like ndị nke ọzọ a because of bottle on that on this subscribe lot ihe a na-ekwutu
nwere onye na-asọpọt ka m na-agwa ya ọ na-aba violate content maka nke dọkịta ịlụ ụkwụ gọọmenti then ọzọ iwe the governor dey demolish the state house of assembly before gawapụ again because na fa na-enwekwa nwata ọdụ nke ọbụla fa na-eme fa kapa arụ kapa na-agba okwu fa adịga na court some of the things fa na-eme ebe ahụ bụ ịkọmit content of court so ị na-ebe anya kịta ife a na-edo
anyway I think ọma na-enwe ike ịban ndị nke a defect in which na court ban go fakita that they should stop parading themselves lawmakers. So maybe not because no man ka melody we baba. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And the court on our ban over and we put the matter reach the court. You follow that just and when section over even I west part here like section over.
Okay.
Then no one know where it was just I'm a member of all we and now you on about as undemocratic country. On a very constitution country. It just says of second they do see. Some of these money to government election. I have one of only one problem. I agree from a Yama support if I'm not undemocratic. Because actions of that governor now,
anyway, ka Julia obia na that quarters Julia obia o se na ihe abia na enwe new speaker me abia ka for himself and at the time me na enekwa anya na enwe some other things onwe ike renovation onwolo mgbe okwu demolition but no the other factional speaker be ihe na-ekwuzi now no invade the planet is mkpu na a lot of things on na-ekwu the heavy of the day so no ya but the thing mana na anya ifu no nwe begoro ife o me okay. Okay.
So now I'm going for those. And then when you speak actually,
yeah.
Money talk.
Money talk.
And the one the party can so nice alert to all this.
Okay.
Democrats is because in Anakita, some of these actors, undemocratic actors, were really Pama support. Yeah, but let's how you swear because after an election hour. What 1 hour over there, no way. No more
Dalo, thank you so much. Thank you, my brother. We're still coming from Omeye Sunday or Kachupu, Onye Kachupu from Usuka, and he says, I just pity us Nigerians. Nothing is discussed again in Nigeria. Not even the legislature conducts a public hearing before making laws. Are we no more in democracy in this country? Why should they always come up with Nigerians to the wall, please? And he says, okay, he continues and says, whatever happens in River State is caused by weakest greed and insensitiveness. And he says it is good Governor Fubara influential his position is. He, however, should do to him exactly what he did to Chibeke and Echi. Okay, let's hear from you now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello? Yes, welcome back, my brother. Gabaniru O?
Let's forget about the money. That would be money in America.
Anyway,
how would it know federal government money? When a federal government will say, somebody would be recover that money. He does not use that money to that government and take care of water. Some of the water, another part of the money, and you put the take care of the water. Money I remember another. I would have seen a fight. So overall, now go away, not nowhere. So put the seat there to do with it. I don't know. I get my deal with money. I don't know. When I go, I'm going to get the money and I get my deal with money. I don't know. When I go, I'm going to get the money and I let's just forget about that money. How much that is your money? Okay, you are using the money. Then I hear you use the money. So you have to get down. But the more you use, now, I'm going to get well. Oh, why not try to go back? I'll put a lot. I'll put what I will get. That is the meaning of the case. What I get working. I can go on a table to never wait down or with that. Always get percentage of let's say I get it. I'm going to get the money. Then instead of whether the largest of that, where did you want? I'm going to wear another government. But I get it up, but I didn't. So I'm not going to do that. None of that I'm holding down and put the one after that. I'm going to get that. I can't
And all Governor Kobo, at the end of the day, I must now, but no one will know. I just want to go to do to I hear for you to can email about it at the end of the day. So,
very, very well corrupt. Because I'm not there. This is like any other capital issue where how put the money they get that they have of that. Or the minute, they have no minute. That is the excuse on it. How about that ESPC when they manager with the state? He had to put the pressure to make them attract the money. They will get wrong. And however, I always put out to happy. It is not they will take the money. Or when that they have their own, whether they want you will get wrong. I got that idea. They will get here. So many points discipline are apologetic. On your good to Magurula, handling out ACC brokers and the government of Bonala. Somebody asking them, they didn't have a on the local casino the way situated. ESPC, they don't know we cannot go see. You get the money. Without you sending the money back to that state. Don't go on the
return go. On when car return to go. On when car return, mba, MSU 33 billion naira to Kogi Raw. Aboma and return. Katami, it's easier can a particular one that's okay and get you to an return. But let's hear from you now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello. Network. Please call us back. We need to hear how you're doing.
I'm okay. You want?
We thank the Lord. Welcome. Gabaniru O.
Yes, I don't want to talk about the River State matter. There are people that differ. I think do the right thing, but differ for me. That's automatically you lose your seat because if they do this thing now, all this nonsense will stop.
Okay.
Because they don't just take a political party and win the election and come back with it. But that thing is very, very wrong. That thing is wrong. It's wrong. So the governor of River State did the right thing by confirming another speaker.
Okay.
And another thing, if they can put a law that they should ban coming to River State, I think that thing will be nonsense will stop.
But that's his state now. That's the state that's his state of origin.
Drive him out of Kano State. They have peace there.
Okay.
If you are disturbing the state from coming to River State,
okay,
then this thing will end once for all. Any if they him and they cited him, elected the governor of the state. Makes sense. The governor should do something and deal with this thing will stop once for all.
Okay. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you for joining us this morning once again. Now we have this message. State Governor Oti should stop at nothing in ensuring not only that the money is recovered, but the person who committed the crime should go to jail. He must be made to face the music. Enough of this nonsense. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It is hello. Okay, please call us back. We have a network issue on that line. Let's hear from you now. Hello. Okay. They're going to court. Yes.
If you see how the people are saying, are they not also serious? That's why they do. But in people who are no one, always the road also is no one. And that's one that is. He may have a guy, no one, over a good to it. I am going to that as a man. No, the reader or the letter or the letter. There's a good in a court. Sometimes they do it. People get an issue in Africa. I want to say that our law stand before the truth. Come on, law. Because law is not separate in Nigeria.
Okay.
So you can say, or you say that Nigeria will be what would not tell you are not open. I'll keep on how I like. And also that Nigeria by I to be a super training. This is a community to
and then talking about two buses where the federal government delivered food, do you think now it has so food like for example in Anambra at the end of the day, do you think no yes will push or not the effect of fuel subsidy removal? Hello, my brothers. Good morning, my brother. How are you doing? Welcome.
Yes, most people don't know that it's a president. And it's the River State is one of the most valuable states in Nigeria, economic wise.
Yes.
country is for his political success. Like all this struggle by Uganda. That is just preaching about the bush because we read and disagree at the same time. Since we endorse that 8-point agenda of when we want to tell the people that the Lagos template is what is expected from the River State that will serve the second term as the governor of
Lagos State.
But because of the president, the godfather, he said, no, you can't serve, you disobey me, you work against my interest. Number one is that you know that he is a political godfather. Wherever the people is the political
class.
Yes, the lot of masses now, the political class.
Okay.
That the people from having a paper.
With stakeholders of that particular party and say that we don't want this governor again as our candidate. It is still democratic process, don't you think so?
Any other person. The masses decide to shortchange the people, select you to represent them. But if you is a democratic process to conduct primary election, the people that we find here you are representative of the people. But when they reach there, they decide, they say that it's undemocratic. It's just a matter of time. At a particular point in time, when the people of River State will not have any house wall in this, they are going to sweeping off with the broom.
Okay. Gabani Rusao.
Thank you very much. Well, constitution. Look, these people know our constitution, they know our law very well. They say, really, what about Cindy, Bundi, agenda, or no point, 8-point agenda? It's not Nigerian constitution. It's not our law. After I have done, I go to plan, I'm buying when it's from the party trust, but I'll go to the people there. When I didn't show them, they also not that 8-point agenda is not the people. But I'm going to take it, don't go to.
What's it called? The lawmakers sending card defective from PDP to APC. You only here for higher in this case, or you know.
No, what looks like only about
there's 3 people also, I think. Like 3 people come forward with him. Mbone make a statement about him. Time is good. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, my brother. Okay, thank you so much, my brother. And time is go Monday, 3:00 p.m. Okay, Catholic Church, Abacha.